Hello and welcome to the Holistic Pain Relief Summit. My name is Trish Rossiter and I'm really delighted that you're here. Our summit is for people who live with pain every day and would like to get back to feeling better on a regular basis without the need for depending on drugs and invasive procedures. If you haven't already done so, I invite you to join our Facebook group where we'll have a list of takeaways of the day. Maybe our speakers will be able to join us as well. And we'll form a little bit of a community, perhaps. Would also love to hear your takeaways from the day's speakers. I am delighted to introduce today Catherine Rannus. Catherine is coming to us from the UK, and Catherine is a musician. After graduating with a degree in jazz, Catherine studied for a diploma in crystal therapy and also qualified to be a Reiki master before she forged a successful career with music and before the children came. As her first child was born, she decided to integrate her musicianship with her passion for health and well-being as it became apparent the importance of a mother's state of mind and the effect it has on a child. Her company, Delightful Music, was born in 2011, shortly after her second child, and continues to work wonders with the third child, Catherine reports. With a strong belief that music is food for the soul, she has created specific music to keep the mind, body in prime condition. Delightful Music tunes A to a different hertz. So all the frequencies fall in alignment with the Fibonacci sequence. This is not only more pleasing to the ear, Catherine says, but it resonates with the dimensions of the cochlea in our ear and the vibrations that are associated with more healthy level to help raise our vibrational level. Welcome, Catherine. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, Catherine's music is beautiful, and I can't wait to share it with you all if you haven't discovered her already. So, what are your thoughts, Catherine, on, well, first of all, our thinking patterns and how they affect our body?
Well, I think the thinking patterns, are the most important thing. So music is just one tool to raise your vibration through actually getting your thinking patterns up to a higher level. So awareness of your thinking patterns is the key here, I believe. So even just not delightful music, just any music, everybody knows the power of hearing a track from maybe your childhood or your teenager years, and how that can take you back to that time instantly and remember, a night in the club or your first kiss, and it takes you back and it gives you all those feelings. So it can be so powerful, just music in that sense. But on another level, actual music that's been created to raise your vibration, to give you that sense of being at one with yourself and the universe, can be so powerful. So you just touched on it there. Music that we listen to is often tuned to concert pitch. Nearly all like pop music is tuned where we tune the note A vibrates at 440 hertz. And what I do is I just detune so that my A equals 432 hertz. So it doesn't actually sound any different to the ear, but it certainly feels different on another level. And we've all got a natural resonance. Every object has a natural resonance, and we can find that through the vibrations found in music. And you just touched there again on the Fibonacci sequence. So when I've tuned A to 432 hertz, all the other notes, all the other frequencies fall into alignment with the Fibonacci sequence, which, if people aren't familiar, it's actually a number sequence. And it creates this curve when you make squares with the numbers. It's really mathematical, but it relates to nature, and we are surrounded by it, not only in the human body, like the inner workings of the ear, but also flowers in nature, the number of petals, and everything around us in nature. It all ties in with the Fibonacci sequence. So it can be so powerful to raise our vibration on a very subconscious level, just to surround yourself with those vibrations. Sound is just vibration. And if you surround yourself with these vibrations, we absorb them, and it makes the physical body function at its highest, I think.
Fantastic. I'm very curious. It may not be the time right now to get into it, but can you say simply how you can decrease that the hertz to that?
I just do it digitally, so it's really easy for me to do. When I'm recording, I can set the session up so the master tuning is detuned. So if you want to hear the difference, so this is concert pitch. Can you hear that?
Not so much, no. Yes.
That's just concert pitch. Just hear the difference if I just detune.
Okay.
Now the ear might just have detected it. It's slightly lower, or as a musician, you'd go, oh, it's a little bit flat. But when everything's at that level, it doesn't sound flat for long. Only when you compare it to the concert pitch, the ear goes, it's just slightly lower, isn't it? But when you're just listening to that music without the comparison, it just sounds like a normal piano, as you can hear, hopefully. Yes. And it just resonates at those other frequencies where the magic is.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. There's so much for us to learn in life. So why, so you say, that your music is helping you be a better parent, it's helping the children, it's so that effect is resonating, putting us in a different physical space on that level. Why do you suggest people use that, put your music in their toolbox for well-being?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it is more apparent in children, actually. I mean, some people respond differently to others. So for my youngest one, for example, you could be getting her in the car and she'd do the whole with the string. You're trying to fold her in half to get her in a car seat. And I'd just say to my eldest, well, you pop the music on. And as soon as the music came on, she'd just immediately just go, oh, okay, well, I'll get in my car seat. And it was just hilarious. And to anyone watching, they all went, whoa, what's that? And it just, that could be the effect. The effect of that might be twofold, because I listened to the music we put on when I wanted to relax, when I was pregnant. So everyone probably knows when you're pregnant, the baby's obviously just responding to the mother's feelings constantly, and it's just subjected to however the mother is feeling. So if you consciously go, right, I'm just going to relax for 10 minutes, I'll put this music on, and that would be like a trigger because the baby can hear the music in the womb. So the baby then starts to associate relaxation with that music, whatever it is, whatever that music is. So that's a real physical thing that's well known, I think. So it could be half of that happened when I was putting her in the car seat. She goes, oh, I heard that music when mummy relaxed. Okay, it's time to relax. It could be as simple as that. But then the frequencies are also there as well, which suddenly just brings you into your surroundings and, just breaks the state of going, wah, wah.
I could see that could be valuable for so many
It's
situations.
Gold dust.
Yeah. I think about my mother-in-law with who has dementia, and I'm going to start playing that.
Yeah, that can be really powerful. Yeah.
Right. So for those living with pain every day, and hearing from other speakers that how our breath, how we hold our body, our thought, all of that play into how pain manifests and maybe why pain manifests.
Yeah.
So I can see your music is a very valuable tool for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can really use that directly. So if you can relate whatever your condition is, the disease that's within the body, if you can relate that to a chakra, for example, the first album that I was inspired to make was chakra based. So if you've got something that relates to the heart chakra, for example, you could just really just listen to the heart chakra. So there's elements within that track of music, because the heart chakra resonates with the note F, for example. So it's in the key of F major, so there's loads of Fs all over it. And it's got the Bija mantra in there. So there's all sorts of different elements within and the tempo that go with the heart chakra. So if you can just listen to that as often as you can, that will eventually start to change the energy and how that chakra spins, or however you visualize your chakras working. And that can have a real positive effect on that area. So for like a full body workout, you just listen to the whole album. So track 1 begins with the root chakra. So if you've any pains in your legs, feet, all that area of the body, that track 1 can really set you up. And then it goes through all the chakras, track by track. And so you can build, we need a good root chakra to be able to build the other chakras on top. That's why track 1 starts with the root. So, and the more you listen to it, the more your energy will get into alignment. And when all your chakras are spinning as they should be, disease can't get into the body. It can't get into the physical. And it's really about listening to your body as well. You can just surround yourself with that music and carry on, have it on while you're doing other activities. Or you can sit and meditate to it. And when that track 1 is playing, you can have the root chakra on, and you can be visualizing that area of your body and really visualizing, the color. It's a red color for the root chakra, and visualize everything being as it should be in that chakra, and the wellness will just flow into the body.
Well, you exude joy and wellness. So you're living proof.
I hope so. Yes.
So you mentioned, Catherine, that we can listen to it during the day. I imagine that we can put it on when we go to sleep, and we don't have to be awake as well. Is that correct?
Definitely, yes, because those sound waves are still hitting us all the time. So yeah, you don't have to be awake, you don't have to believe in chakras, you don't have to do anything to be surrounded by this loveliness, which will get into your body. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, how easy can it be?
It's as easy as that. And it's music. It's not just the frequency noise, because there's a lot of frequency healing stuff, which is just that frequency coming at you. I've incorporated it into music because I'm a musician. That's what I have to do. And so it is like just beautiful music to listen to, as well as the frequencies that are in there.
Mm-hmm. Is that a saxophone in the background I can see?
Yes, it is. I play piano, flute, and sax.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And
Okay.
as you'll hear on Pure Chakra, I use my voice in layers of harmony.
Yes, I was going to ask if that was you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all me.
So when did you start learning about music, Catherine?
Well, I started piano when I was 4, flute when I was 8. I didn't pick the sax up till I was 20. And then even then at 20, I'd already got my Reiki masters, I think, and then I went on to do a crystal healing diploma. But I was always a musician first. So I was playing for weddings. I was playing piano solo and singing at weddings and playing in bands and things like that. But I didn't put the two together until I was in my 30s, which you might think, well, that's ridiculous to have two, like almost like hobbies, but I was making a living out of music as well. And not to put those together was completely insane for 10 years, that I had all this information in my head and never put it together. But yeah, then I don't know what happened. I think it was after the birth of my first child. I just thought, right, I've got to put all this together. This all makes complete sense. This is so obvious. I've been sitting on this for 10 years. Let's do it. And
Yeah.
then the first album, Pure Chakra, just flowed out.
Amazing. The time was right. Right.
It must have been, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic. So you have 2 albums. Are there any more in the works?
Well, there's 5 altogether. There's the
Oh,
Pure Chakra and
sorry.
Pure Piano.
Okay,
And then there's an album for children for waking up and going to
great,
bed. So a lot of things with children is focused on the bedtime routine, but waking up is
great.
really important as well. So that's 2 tracks of 30 minutes. Again, this can be used for anything. 30 minutes of that gold dust to use, for all sorts of things, when you're trying to feed them and things like that. Absolute gold dust. That's called Night and Day, the easy way. Then I've got a meditation album called Pure Bija, which is just solo voice doing my interpretation of the Bija mantras.
Okay.
And there's also a Christmas album, which has all the frequencies, the healing frequencies, but it'll be tunes that everyone knows, and it's very Christmassy and lovely.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I missed the Bija Mantra one. I have to go back and take a look. And to our listeners, it truly is healing, magical music. I'm quite enjoying it, and I'm so happy to have met Catherine. Catherine, is there anything else you'd like to share with us, particularly for our listeners who are living with pain and suffering with pain? Do you rec-
Um, I think well, the first thing I do if there's any disease in my body, which thankfully I'm all good. I always look it up in the Louise Hay, even something really minor. I'm quite into the metaphysics of dis-ease in the body, and I never think, oh, it's just a headache, or I've just got a stiff shoulder. I must have slept on it funny. Never. You've never just slept on it funny. Your body's trying to tell you something. I believe the body to be an indication center, trying to help you with your life, and how you can make small changes in your life that'll just have a think. If for example it is your shoulder, do you feel like someone's giving you a cold shoulder? Think literally. If it's your elbow, have you been trying to elbow someone out? Or if it's the inside of your elbow, have you got a problem embracing something? It's so literally obvious sometimes what it can be. And it never fails me when I look it up and I go, oh yeah, that's what it is. I know what it is. It's always absolutely spot on. The metaphysics of every part of our body, I just think is fascinating. I don't think I'll ever get over how intricately intertwined the mind and body are, and that thinking patterns like worry, how destructive that is, and totally pointless to worry about something that might happen tomorrow when it's not happening today. You're ruining today by thinking, and all you're doing is sending negative energy right at the situation that you might be worried about. And if you can get your thinking around that, if you catch yourself worrying, it's the awareness of your thinking pattern that's so important. Catch yourself thinking something negative, have a thought ready to replace it with something good, and then just try and erase that negative one. And if that becomes a habit, you're onto a winner there.
right. Thank you very much, Catherine. Really appreciate you jumping on this call today
It's been a
and
pleasure.
sharing
Thank you.
sharing your information and your fabulous music. We'll be starting our sessions of the day with Catherine's music, or ending. I'm not sure which. I have another musician and he will do the opposite. So delighted to have you. So for those tuning in, please be sure to come back for the rest of the summit for the interviews from our fantastic presenters on how to help manage pain, the different modalities. Remember, oh yes, Catherine has a free gift. Would you like to share the free gift, Catherine?
Absolutely. So I'd love to share the first track from Pure Chakra to get that root chakra. It's so important to get your root chakra all balanced up. So I'd love to share. It's a 7-minute track. It's built up harmonies. It's the Bija mantra. It's in the key of C major for that root chakra. And please listen to that every day for a week and see how you feel afterwards. And that's my free gift to you.
Right. And we'll have the link beneath Catherine's picture on the webpage. So also, if you know of anyone else who might benefit from these amazing speakers, please share. They can join at holisticpainreliefsummit.com, where our recordings will be available for about just over 24 to 30 hours each day. Thank you again. It's been lovely to meet you and to chat. Thank you,
Thank you.
Catherine.